Welcome back, Holotable Heroes, to another Galaxy of Heroes video. I am your master of mozzarella, the Meze King. I just really like cheese, guys. I hope you do too, because we're about to tackle Sector 4 and all of the feats it does contain. Let's do this. Here we are in the wonderful Sector 4. What feats await us in this wonderful sector? Well, STAP it is one of them. We need to win 10 battles with STAP. I've done 2 so far, because I guess I've been lazy. We need to gain shield up 50 times, and that requires a particular Gungan. And we need to inflict accuracy down 50 times. Don't worry about that. We've got some pretty good cheesy business for that. And we need to win 10 battles with a full squad of Rebel units, which is very, very easy, as Rebel is a massive faction full of really strong teams. Fantastico. Where should we begin? Starting out with the wonder that is Rebels. Let's not forget everybody's favorite Rebel team. That's right, it is Standard CLS. You can use this as you are progressing through the zone. Just one of the dozen teams that you can use in this for Rebels. They just absolutely shred with this setup over here. Enemy barely gets an opportunity to take a turn. We've even got additional survivability here, and they still manage to melt it. Easy team there with Standard CLS. After that, we can, of course, be using Phoenix. So I'm using a Hera lead, obviously. It's the only leadership for for Phoenix. You do want to have Captain Rex. If you don't have Captain Rex, this really doesn't work. But the good thing about that is this does count towards a global feat as well, where we have to win, I think, 15 battles with Captain Rex in our team. Again, this team is phenomenal. I'm using Hera with Sabine, Chopper, and Kanan, and they just melt things. Other teams that you can use, of course, is going to be a standard Leia Organa Rebel team if you happen to have her. Use R2 and Captain Drogon, and literally any 2 throwaway Rebels, that will work absolutely fine. Mon Mothma with Rebel Fighters also has a fighting chance. Another place that you can use Captain Rex over here. You can throw in the likes of, Cara Dune. You can throw in the likes of Jedi Knight Cal Katarn. You can throw in the likes of Biggs. That'll help you gain those turns. These guys attack very fast, so if you're using Volatile Accelerator, all you really need to do is get that one starting turn. So that's pretty good as well. You also have Rogue One. Rogue One is particularly strong if you happen to have a Zealous Ambition setup, so that Adrad just does phenomenal damage. Zealous Ambition would be, Zealous Ambition with Leader's Resolve. That can blow up the entire field immediately and get you really, really easy kills. Finding yourself a crew node is vitally important, as always. Here I'm doing a 2-for-1. We are doing a shield up and an accuracy down cheese all at once. We're going in over here, Bosk lead, with Cad Bane, with Grief Karga. He's there for recovery. I'm using Phalanx and Boomadir. Those are the only 2 Gungans you can use. Any of the others will mess this up. And essentially, you just kill the ads like you standard would. That second special that we see off of the Phalanx applies shield up to all Gungan allies. Doing that will put you in the position of getting multiple instances of shield up. You just need to be able to do this, obviously, like 25 times in battle, which is hard to do in a 5-minute setup. But we've got Cad Bane as well. Cad Bane on his basic is applying accuracy down, basically, and he can double tap, which is why we're going in with Bosk and Grief, just because of the specials. The mass assists that they bring is going to call in Cad Bane to assist, and he's going to constantly be applying that accuracy down. You can go on here, take out the ads, hit crew, go full auto, walk away. Maybe this will take you 2, tops 3 times to get all of those feats done. I know it's not the most efficient, and it can be a bit frustrating sometimes, especially if your Gungans are a little bit too low gear. Mine are, unfortunately, Relic 7. I can't take off relics, unfortunately. But if you can get that opener to be the way you want it to be, this is a relatively easy and straightforward way of getting both of these feats done at the same time. Yeah, I think I managed to get about 30 or so shield ups in this battle. If you had put in extra Gungans, say if you had Jar Jar, if you've got Jar Jar, you could probably just use full Gungans and go through and get it organically, right? But yeah, if you had Jar Jar, you have a slightly easier time of it, because you could take out something like Grief and, you'll get more instances of that shield up. But this does give you a better chance of getting accuracy down, and you can just run this through to timeout, guys. We also need to get victories with STAP in the team. Now, if you've got standard GG droids, go ahead, use GG. I'm going up in a mirror match here on the mini boss because we need to win this with using dark side only units, so I figured I might as well try to get this done here and now with you all. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty straightforward. You can just blitz it down very, very quickly. Thankfully, the setup here is just so good against with GG droids. Now, you'll be able to do that as you progress, but if you've got a bit more of a trashier STAP, then your best bet is to throw it in with much stronger units. You can clear this up right at the end by going to the bonus node over here. You know, Geos, for example, you could start throwing in stuff like, I mean, I know we need to get Rebel victories, but just for instance, you can do a CLS team, for example, over there and just throw in STAP. Anything that gets a turn at the start is going to be massively beneficial to us. So if I was to go in, for example, and just go all in on this Brood Alpha and get rid of him, and then just flip this on and back and reverse it to generate some you see what I mean? Like, it's pretty straightforward to actually get those victories with STAP with the right setup. Absolutely love doing that. Alternatively, you could take in something like Lord Vader with STAP, even throw in Dark Trooper Moff Gideon with the Volatile Accelerator and Amplify Agony setup. You do significant amounts of damage here, so that's not a bad way of getting this dealt with as well, because you should, in fact, be able to just... I wonder if we actually pass this around like this right now. Oh, yeah. Get that. We just need that one turn over there with our Dark Trooper Moff Gideon with a nice AoE. Got a couple of kills there, really not so bad if you're working on those kills. This isn't the most efficient way of getting it done, but it's pretty brainless. You get your STAP victory, you get some kills with DTMG. Not a bad way of going about doing things. And you get to farm Datacron materials, so it's a win-win-win, right? Now, the GG node over there does also have win with Bo-Katan Mandalore surviving. Now, obviously, I'm pretty sure you guys don't need help trying to figure out how to beat that mid-sector boss with Bo-Katan Mandalore, but I'll show it to you anyway because, you know, I guess I'm just a really, really nice guy. You go in, basically, and it's Bo-Katan Mandalore for freaking sake. You can probably just hit full auto and sit back, have a cup of tea, talk about your day, you know, just laugh about it because... she's really, really strong, guys. She's really, really strong. She's a new legendary. They tend to beat, you know, old units like this. I'm even using OG Bo-Katan here. Thankfully, Bam manages to save her just a little bit. We're waiting for our first turn right now. We haven't taken our first turn yet, so... well, I suppose we have, technically, with Bam. So we just do the mass assist on GG, and he's dead immediately. That one turn has been pretty good for us. That one turn has been pretty good. And from there, I mean, there's nothing they can do. Let's be honest. There's nothing they can really do. We're just going to go ahead and focus down on that B1 battle droid. Battle droid gone. As soon as the other guys take a turn, they're going to die to the 1300 dots that they might have accumulated in this time. Really easy, guys. You don't need my help for this one. For the end sector boss, this one is actually horrendous. I'm not even lying. The boss Nash node with Gungans is horrible. It's horrible. First of all, we'll go over win with Leia Organa surviving. Now, provided your Leia has got like full stamina and stuff, it shouldn't be too bad for you. It shouldn't be too bad. What I recommend you guys go in with is going to be a pretty standard layer, but using the old toxic setup where we're using Han and Chewie. So Han, Chewie with R2 and Drogon I felt was a really good way of doing it. Just focus immediately on that shield generator, get rid of that so they lose all that benefit. You want to use the log roll with Leia so that you can start ignoring taunt. They're then going to take 1500 turns, give or take, I want to say. I believe I stealth everybody and put the focus on Drogon, or do I do burning here? I think it's actually burning. These guys actually terrify me because you'll know when you try to take it on with no GLs how awkward and horrible this Gungan node actually is. I'm sure there are better ways of doing it than I've figured out, but in the limited time I've had available to really try and push these videos out, I've had to think pretty quickly about how to get it done. So, once the shield generator is down, focus down on Jar Jar. You should be able to ignore the taunt from Phalanx, thanks to the call to action that we get from Leia. And then after that, get rid of Tarpals, because he can quite literally do 700,000 damage in a hit. For some reason, nothing happens, then boom, Drogon comes in and hits for 250,000. That should about do it, I think. After that, Boomadir goes out. Come on. They've just got stupid levels of defense. I think it's coded in such a way that they still gain the defense bonuses and the reduced damage reduction from the shield generator being active, even when it's not active. Which, in my opinion, is kind of rude. But thankfully, you know, Leia's ultimate does kind of see them off, and we're golden. Let's talk about how to do it without a GL, and this sucks. The first one that had any sort of success for me was using Jedi. I was using a Jedi Knight Luke lead with Jedi Knight Revan, GK, Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, and Shaq T. And it's just horrendous, guys. They take a couple of turns. You have to hope that you actually get a turn at some point. They killed my Jedi Knight Revan immediately, and I'm like furious. And then they just keep taking turns and keep taking turns. And I'm like, there's no way that I can win from here. I eventually get one turn. Of course, I've been ability blocked, so I can't do anything. Jedi Knight Cal comes in to the rescue, basically. We swap back over to Luke, try to get some damage dealt to that shield generator. We get the mass stun off, and then the mass assist over there on the shield generator, hoping to try and recover just a little bit here. I call in Shakti to get rid of the taunt, and thankfully Jedi Knight Cal is actually targeting the shield generator when he's attacking out of turn. That's why it's so important to get that attack out of turn. Now, I accidentally go into the wrong stance here. That was foolish of me, but we have killed that shield generator, which is the main thing. After you've gotten rid of shield generator, you really should be focusing down on Jar Jar Binks. He is the biggest threat in this team, so focus him down. He should drop relatively quickly. I don't know why I didn't just cleanse there. Cleanse would have made more sense. Getting rid of him slowly. Come on, counterattack, please. Oh my gosh, he's got damage immunity. That was his benefit from that basic. But we should be able to... Apparently, I'm just playing this really bizarrely. There we go. Jar Jar Binks is gone. After Jar Jar Binks tried to take out Tarpals. Tarpals is a massive deal. I don't know why I put that on there. I should have just saved that for the insta-kill. So I saved the insta-kill for Boss Nass because he's so chunky. Get rid of Tarpals before he starts one-tapping fools like this, because that's kind of what he does. He just does absolutely obscene damage. They have no health, so this is nice at least. Passing it back over here to Jedi Knight Luke. Get rid of Tarpals as soon as possible. Look how chunky these guys are. I don't understand. And then, yep, want to pass over. Get rid of Boss Nass. He's gone. Just get rid of Boomadir. So this works. But it was so sketchy, so horrible. I did not enjoy it. I did find a team that was a little bit more reliable. And hopefully it'll help you guys out. We'll show it in just one moment. Now, I used Maul Mandos, and get this, I used Initial Tether Tech, the consumable Initial Tether Tech, to put ability block on the entire enemy team at the start. It made it so much more comfortable. Highly recommend using that consumable. We're just waiting right now. Target down the shield generator. I don't know if it's massively worthwhile, but I do it anyway because I just want to get rid of it. Okay, so we use our first special with Kandros. Eventually we'll get a turn. As soon as we get around to Maul's turns, and I mess up this turn order here, guys. You want to get rid of the shield generator as soon as possible. Unfortunately, it's got one stack left. If these guys actually assisted, it would have been great. We get rid of Jar Jar immediately. Look how quickly this goes. Booyah. Then you want to go out for Tarpals, not Boomadir, not Boss Nass. Ignore Boss Nass. Kill Tarpals first, okay? So I messed this up and we still managed to come through. We got rid of the Gungan Boomadir here. He's gone over there to Captain Tarpals. We get rid of him straight away. Look at those 96 dots that are on him right now. As soon as he's gone out of health, it's like, yeah, we're golden. We're golden. Okay, so it's down to just Phalanx and Boss Nass. That should be more than manageable for pretty much anybody, especially because they got no shield generator. So I just start unloading and booyah straight through. Now, Boss Nass, he just won't take any damage. It'll take you about an hour to get through him, but, you know, eventually he will fall. Come on. Let's go, Boss Nass. I did find this to be far more reliable. Like I said, you do kind of want that initial tether tech to be used at the start. Otherwise, they will get out of hand and they'll just start shredding you. But this worked for me and it felt a lot more comfortable. And I didn't even play it right. So, best of luck, guys. And that is going to do it for Sector 4, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it was useful to you. If it was, please do hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Big shout out to my wonderful patrons. You guys are awesome. I'll see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.